welcome back to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you. Welcome back to my beautiful returning subscribers. Welcome to my new subscribers. Thank you guys so much for being here, for your support, your friendship, and especially your support of each other in the comment section. If you are new to the channel, please drop your comment below and subscribe to the channel so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can also check out my links below for Etsy for a personal reading, but also on Instagram I offer a chance to win a free reading as well on a monthly basis, so check me out there too. But if you are into tarot, please join us. Pull up a chair, grab yourself a cup of tea, and have a seat. We're going to have a little chat because we're all friends when we gather at my table together. Today's pick a card reading, we're going to do a yes/no pick a card. Any question on your mind, it can be in love, career, finances. Spirit's going to be answering your questions today. We have 3 piles to choose from. Pile number 1 here with the red leaf. Pile number 2 here with the orange leaf, and this is the Disney Villains Tarot. I believe this is the Muse Tarot. I'll double check this one. The orange leaf with pile number 2, the blue leaf with pile number 3, and the Happy Tarot. And to whoever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be a message waiting from Spirit today, and my timestamps are listed below. I'm going to jump right into pile number 1 today. Again, today's all about yes or no from Spirit, a question that you have on your mind. It's about reflection, sitting in reflection, and then deciding upon which question you have, and then posing it to Spirit, and they will answer your question today. So pile number 1. Hello, pile number 1. You were drawn to the red leaf of change here. And today's reading is all about yes or no. Any question from Spirit, regardless of whether it's about love or life. Maybe it's about a divine masculine love energy here. A yes or no from Spirit. They will give you their opinion of things, but ultimately they want you to know that whatever choice you have on your plate right now, that they will give you their perspective from the highest realms, but that they will follow you down whatever path you choose ultimately. They're just going to give you their perspective today and their 2 cents. So for pile 1, please, yes or no for the question that they have in their mind. So what question are you holding in your mind today? Focus on the person, the question, the theme, and Spirit. Is it yes or no for pile number 1 today? We have the beautiful Empress coming out first. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Strength, Leo energy. We have the 3 of Cups. And we have the Hierophant. Back of the deck is the 9 of Cups. And we have the 8 of Wands. So it feels like for someone watching, like you have a big question regarding some sort of opportunity. It could be in the work realm. It could be having to do with romance or relationships as well. The major theme is less important than the answer at this moment though right now, because Spirit is talking about advancement for you and leveling up and moving forward in your life journey, and how you hold the key to do that. And you don't know if you have the strength. It's like you don't know if you have the strength, and you might think that your expectations or your hopes in this situation are too big. But that's such a limiting belief that doesn't belong to this beautiful, beautiful Empress. She is fulfilled in everything. She feels secure in her position. But when I put this card down in the first position, this is sort of the goal that we're trying to claw our way back to. This is the steps we have to take to get to this position, this realization of this is who we are, and this could be the very path to kind of enlighten you on that road, to inch you closer and closer to your goals. So if this is an opportunity in the workplace, if you have an inspiration to start something, if you're thinking about reaching out to someone or taking a shot at a relationship, Spirit thinks that you need to tame the fears inside of you and power through, because they say that if you're expecting negative results, they say that that's a negative expectation that's based on emotion and nothing else. And they say that if you reflected long enough about your skill set and what you've accomplished in life, you wouldn't feel so insecure about your skill set, your ability to achieve, your ability to come up over the top here. It's like your fear of the unknown is really stopping you from applying whatever force you need to apply here. And you may even be thinking about starting your own business, for instance. As I said, I'm dealing with collective energy, so I'm going to have a lot of different scenarios that are flying through these readings. But the crux of this is that if you don't take a leap of faith, you are going to be doing yourself a disservice. You can see here the 9 of Wands. It's this rabbit like the Page of Wands, but it's collared and they're seated. But if we remain seated, if we remain passive to this opportunity, to our goals, then our results are going to be passive too. If the fear of the unknown keeps holding on to us, then we're going to be thirsty for change. We're going to feel that thirst consistently, and that's very uncomfortable. And instead, we have the Queen of Cups here, but here's now the Queen of Swords. It's like, if my bestie can't do it because she's emotionally feeling insecure, then I'm going to step in and do what she can't do, and I'm going to make the decision. I'm going to be the leader, and I'm going to say yes to this change, and I'm going to power through. And I'm not going to fear the unknown, because Spirit says the only thing that the unknown holds for you here is amazing things, is abundance, is emotional abundance. Most importantly, it's the emotional abundance that's waiting for you. And they're actually celebrating this expansion. They're preemptively having this celebration without you, because they say that you're a bit of a worrier, and you sometimes let that fear trump your potential, and they don't want to see you doing that here. They want to let you take off because you're like a slingshot. Here's the 2 of Pentacles, and here's the Spirit of Wands. They're acknowledging that you're not feeling the confidence right now, that you don't feel prepared, but they want you to know that this pathway for you, this opportunity, it's being divinely protected in some sort of way. You have an energy coming in that's protective in nature over you. And so this 2 of Pentacles, they say that you're putting off a decision, but all you're doing is putting off more. You're putting off this. You're putting off the 9 of Cups, which is a dream being fulfilled, and it's like desires coming true for you. Here is the King of Pentacles. So this is, for someone, going to result in a lot of financial abundance, and also a huge influx in your confidence increasing too. So Spirit's very adamant that this is a yes for you, pile 1. 100% they're saying this is a yes. So if you have an opportunity, if you have an inclination, but you are the tool, you are the key to change here. This is not something that's going to be handed to you. You're going to go for it. And Spirit says that you're going to be rewarded for that. We have serendipity. Yes, good luck is on your side. It's number 18, the moon. So you could be a water element. You could have Cancer or Scorpio in your star sign, even as a moon or rising. But that's why Spirit doesn't want to let that emotion stop you. They want you to power through into the unknown, because good luck is on your side here. And they're sort of orchestrating things for you. You may have sort of invited them to collaborate with you, because I feel like they have access to you, your guides and your angels. We have here Thinker. It's coming out reversed. I think that sometimes you're too smart for your own good, and you overthink, because Spirit says that you ruminate about things, that you like to be very clear about sort of every opportunity or every possible outcome, but sometimes you just have to take that leap of faith. Sometimes you have to take that risk and realize that home is where the heart is, or the opportunity is where you are, that you make things special. It's not the opportunity that's special, it's you that's going to make that opportunity into something amazing. So they're just excited for you, pile 1. They're adamant that this is a yes. Don't let insecurity stop you, because it's stealing your focus. We have here dissipating. You've been sitting on this idea or sitting on this opportunity for too long. You're delaying the movement. And Spirit, again, they're just adamant that you're just delaying your own restart, or you're delaying your own abundance. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to tame those fears so that they can enlighten you in the unknown. But there's it's almost a youthful vulnerability, a fear of change that could have been stemmed in your childhood or rooted in your childhood. And it's time now to forgive those people that infiltrated you in that moment and perhaps fueled you with that insecurity. Because it's now time for us to heal our inner child by doing things afraid and taking that leap of faith the way that a child does. I often think about like the fool energy as a toddler that throws himself off a couch, and they just expect somebody to be there to catch them. And oftentimes they're right. because we don't want to see those toddlers get hurt. So there's this safety net, and your guides are here doing the same thing for you. In spirit, they say that they're divinely protecting this pathway for you. So they're very, very excited. They're adamant that this is a change that's amazing. The Nine of Cups coming out twice for you is amazing. So it's imperative that you tame your fears and say yes to this. It's time to nurture. As you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child, and both activities are important right now. They keep bringing up your past. They keep bringing up the child in you, the inner child, and how this leap of faith is communicating to the universe, to that inner child, that you are ascending. Gifts from God. We angels bring you gifts from the Creator. Open your arms to receive. And so yes, it is a yes for you, pile 1. Let's get a charm bowl, please. And I love that you picked the red leaf as well, this beautiful color of empowerment, because that's what this yes is going to do for you. It's going to empower you in so many different realms. Advice, please, pile 1, about this question on their mind. 3 of Wands coming out already. 3 of Swords sideways. You're going to experience recovery after loss by saying yes to this change, by saying yes here. They understand that it may take make practical steps, or take practical steps to inch towards this abundance. It's also talking about the necessity of these steps to heal past pains and to heal past disappointments. So it's very imperative. Spirit's like they're adamant about it. It's very imperative that you take those practical steps towards your goals, your abundance, and they want you to know that you deserve it. You deserve it. So give yourself a pat on the back for bringing yourself to this opportunity. We have the Sword of Truth, a new beginning, a yes. Sometimes the Sword of Truth can bring about endings that bring new beginnings. We have the Song. I think about that child song that sing a song, sing out loud, sing it strong. We have V. I think of the Hierophant. You're leveling up in some capacity. We have the Transformation. You're not just leveling up perhaps in the work realm or in some sort of opportunity, but you're also leveling up emotionally, which is beautiful. King of Wands, follow your inspiration. It's also protective energy. We have Yin Yang. We have the Key. The Key is like the Hierophant. It's like a key to ascension. If you feel restricted, it's just a sort of a fear prison that we've invented for ourselves. How I feel about you makes my heart long to be free. We have the Leo energy of the kitty cat and the red rose, and you were drawn to the red feather. And we have the Moon with the star. So there's a fear of the unknown with the Moon, but there's also healing amidst in the unknown. There's redirection, there's refocus, and there's just more abundance. There's more emotional abundance waiting for you in this unknown as well. All right, pile 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates. And if it did, I would love to hear your story below in the comments section. And I would love for you to be a part of our beautiful community here if you're not already subscribed. If you do, be sure to drop that comment and hit your notification bell so that I can enter you in for that free reading that I mentioned. And check out my links below if you feel called to. And please come back and visit me at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Hello, pile 2. You were drawn to the orange leaf. Or to the Disney Villains Tarot, and this is your reading. Yes, no, for any question, a question that you have on your mind right now. It could be regarding love, life, career. Spirit will give you their opinion, but ultimately they want you to know that they will follow you down whatever path you choose to follow. They're just going to give you their perspective from the highest realms. So yes, no, any question for pile 2, please. The Two of Wands. The Six of Cups. You could be asking about a reunion or somebody from your past at this moment. With the Six of Cups, it's very nostalgic in nature, associated with friendship and love. We have the Sun. We have the Hermit. And we have the Queen of Swords. Back of the deck we have the Devil. And we have the Temperance. I do feel like for someone watching that you're asking about whether someone's going to reach out to you or whether you're going to make contact with someone, if there's going to be more in some sort of connection from your past. This doesn't have to be romantic in nature. This can definitely be associated with friendship, of course. And you may be wondering if you're going to, if this person feels the same, if they're going to reach out to you, for instance. And perhaps you're asking about when. When will that happen? There's a sense of possessiveness about this person. It's like, this would be perhaps something that you would define as like, well, that was my person. It's like we were sort of, it's like you were together, but you weren't together or something in the past. But there's still a possessive energy over the two of you. The King of Swords. And their lack of clarity perhaps has left you feeling really insecure about how they feel as well. And so you're waiting for clarity through communication, and you may be wondering if that communication is going to come about. Four of Wands. We have the Tower. Back of the deck, we have the Knight of Cups. And we have the Three of Swords. You may be also sort of wondering about this person's feelings for you currently as well, moving through. When it comes to whether or not there's going to be contact from this person, Spirit says that if you are waiting for a yes or no about that specific situation of whether this person is going to contact you, you may be waiting for this person. The answer may be no for you, because this person, I feel like, has a lot of responsibilities, a lot of restrictions, and they feel controlled in their environment. So they don't feel like they can speak up or can create reunions. And in fact, they're kind of hoping that you will be the one who has to or should create clarity here. This Queen of Swords is perhaps feeling isolated and lonely in her clarity and in her realizations, but Spirit says that you may not receive the clarity from this person. This person may not reach out to you, because although it'll create clarity for the two of you, it could create upheaval for them. And they're just not ready for that at this moment. Especially if you're asking about communication coming in soon, the answer will definitely be a no for you for pile 2, because they say that they need time to work out these complications. They need time to weave around the practical issues here at play. And so part of your question should be, or could be even, that you want to know if they're going to reach out and should you move on from this connection. Spirit says that there are lengthy delays to any sort of communication opening up here, and they say that the purpose of the delay is to help us to shine a light on the imbalance that we feel because of it, and to learn how to master that realm a little bit more, to keep our heart space open while maintaining the joy in the journey. But there are lengthy delays here, and Spirit says that if you're asking also about release, the Queen of Swords is not afraid to listen to the notes of intuition and act upon those epiphanies that are brought forward, because sometimes Spirit brings forward information that we can't unsee or unhear. But there is still this fear of not release. Like I still feel like this attachment, this codependent energy between the two of you. It's like, even if I say no today, Spirit says you may not be ready for that release, and that's okay, because as I said, you are the Beyonce of the troupe. You get to make the decision about release or not release. They're just answering your question about whether this person will contact you, and they say that they're too controlled, and they're passing the buck. The truth is that they're in control of their own voice box. They can reach out if they choose to. They're just concerned about the consequences of that, so they're choosing not to. They're choosing to sort of stay in line as opposed to applying pressure to their situation, because it could create havoc there. And so now this Queen of Swords has a decision to make when this epiphany comes forward about the lengthy delays, and about how you may be holding yourself back from a lot of abundance emotionally in other realms here if you are in a state of waiting here. It's just a lot easier for this person to just think about you and fantasize about you, which I feel like they do, because I do feel like there's a very strong mutual feeling of nostalgia and permanent love and innocence about this connection that is mutual between the two of you. It's just not stronger than their own ego at this moment. And so now this Queen of Swords has a very important decision to make about the future and about this epiphany that's been brought forward by Spirit. We have here going with the flow. So they're asking us to surrender to the situation and allow it to unfold naturally. I do feel like there is an ever-present love energy here between the two of you. I even just saw the love card. Oh, we have one on the floor. We have here magic, 25. And the 25 is like the number 7 for me. You can see the wolf is howling at the moon. There is this feeling of loneliness, a little bit isolation that you may be experiencing because of your attachment to this person. And it feels like we're howling at something that belongs to us or that we want. But there's so much uncertainty, and there will be delays and frustrating obstacles. It's not that this is an insurmountable situation, it's that this person isn't applying the necessary force to create the change that's needed here. So they say that this stillness, the reflecting pool, you can see she's looking at this vision of herself as a swan in the water. And so they're saying that you may experience more separation here. And there is a requirement for further reflection on your end about what you want to do with the information that Spirit has brought forward. And that is truly the purpose of tarot anyway, is to bring our awareness to the present moment so that we can gather up all of the tools and choose which path we're going to take or proceed in from that point. But they are indicating here that if you're looking for a yes/no about communication, the answer is a no for today. You have here acceptance. And we have here creation. It's coming out reversed, but I often think about the magician. I think about taking control of our environment. And if it's the magician reverse, it's a lack of communication coming in. But there's also a healing component with the epiphany that comes in. Once we make necessary cuts, once we align ourselves with a new pathway of expectation, that we can start that healing process, and we can precipitate real change in our own experience, because we may be giving away a lot of our power to our expectations here or to this past reminiscing energy, and that leaves little for us to manifest change in our own experience with. We have vanity at the back of the deck, and I do feel like it has a lot to do with the practical realm and the concerns for other people's opinions weighing down upon us. That does create the delays and the hesitations here. Here we have beloved one. I am helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship, and the Six of Cups does speak to that. It does speak to a connection that defies logic, and that could be why you're having such a strong hold on this connection and why it has such a strong hold on you. Your guides want you to surrender, give your cares and worries over to them, and they will work on things behind the scene that we have no control over at this time. We have courage here. Be courageous and stand up for your beliefs, because Spirit says it may take strength for you to be able to act upon the information or the epiphanies that are brought forward. Let's get a charm bowl for you. Pile number 2. A charm bowl, please. Advice for pile 2 concerning their question. We have the Temperance reverse. So feeling like we're a bit stuck in a rut. We have the Eight of Wands reversed. So if you're expecting communication from, especially if you're dealing with a Libra, a Gemini, and Aquarius potentially with this person, you could also actually be an air sign as well. There's also Capricorn energy here though, and Virgo, Leo energy. But if you're experiencing a lack of communication or frustrating delays with this person, you may continue to experience that as well with this Eight of Wands in the reversal. But this is also kind of when we accept that, we can precipitate change in our own experience. But if your question is revolving around this rut that you feel like you're stuck in, when it comes to this person, that may continue. We have here forever. We have A, and there is a beautiful sort of constant love energy that comes from the Six of Cups. It's a permanent type of love. We do have a shovel, somebody who's digging themselves a deeper hole. We have the white seahorse, which is a surrender to clarity. We also have here the black fish bones, I think, of the Ten of Swords, and letting go of our expectations, release. We have here Gemini, and we have Jesus with the Sacred Heart. So Sacred Heart of Jesus, a Catholic connection, but also vulnerability, the Knight of Cups. It's like this information could be very triggering or be very vulnerable for you. And there's support from your guides and angels during that time too. We have wrenches in our plans. We have a commandment from the Bible that says, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. We have here as well the spoon feeding information, but also children. I think of children. We have a hospital connection as well. All right, pile 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates. And if it did, I'd love to hear your story so we can get words of encouragement to you. Please drop your comment below and subscribe to the channel so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. I also offer private readings through my Etsy link, and that link is below too. But please come back and visit me on another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day. Hello, pile 3. You are drawn to the blue leaf. Or to the Happy Tarot, and this is your reading. A yes, no, any question tarot reading today. So any question on your mind, it could be regarding love, it can be regarding career. Spirit will answer your question today, but they also want you to know that they will give you their opinion, but ultimately they will respect whatever choice or path you choose to walk, and they will walk it with you. They're just bringing their 2 cents into the situation to give you their opinion from the highest realms of compassion and love, but ultimately they will follow you down whatever path you choose. So please take what resonates and leave what does not. So yes, no, any question, please, for pile number 3. We have the 8 of Pentacles. For someone watching, you could be asking about the work realm, but we'll see what else comes out, because it's the very beginnings of information. We have the Magician. Ooh, Queen of Wands. You could be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. We have the 9 of Wands. We have the Judgment. Back of the deck is the 6 of Pentacles, and we have the 4 of Cups with this Strength. First of all, if you don't think that you're capable, Spirit says, you are so wrong. You're so wrong about what you're capable of. I do feel like someone is asking perhaps about an entrepreneurial realm or some sort of leap of faith when it comes to career. And taking responsibility or taking sort of control over their own experience in some way. So this might not have to do anything with career. It could have to do with the home, for instance, or relationships. But you want to take control of a situation and you don't know what's waiting for you in the unknown. And so the unknown is really making you feel helpless to create change. It feels like it's like there's this helplessness inside of you that should not exist at all, because Spirit says you're a force. You're actually a force to be reckoned with. You could be a fire sign. You could be a Leo. Let's clarify this message, please. Yes, no for pile 3. There's the Hierophant. Just wanted to take a peek. Let's see. We have the Empress. Spirit just said, wipe your face and straighten your crown. First of all, whatever idea you're sitting on, whatever spark of inspiration is pulling you to this reading today, what question you're asking, Spirit says that you never ever should feel like you're just an option, or it's like you feel like there's nothing really special about you. That's not the truth. You are a very needed and unique soul having a unique experience here. And your ideas, first of all, are being sparked by the divine, because they're trying to highlight all of your talents. It's like you feel like you question your strength, you question your talents, but Spirit says you have so many. It's like, which one are you questioning? You have so many talents. And right now you're sitting on opportunity, you're sitting on options in your life, and you're trying to decide which option to take. And it's like you could feel, it's like your ego, if your ego has control of the situation, your ego is going to tell you that you shouldn't act upon this inspiration, and you shouldn't be known, and you shouldn't show yourself, and you're afraid of being seen in some sort of way. It's like you're afraid of being seen. But the truth is that you're not meant to follow, you're meant to be seen. And they say that as long as we're sort of sitting there, answering the unknowns, answering the questions of the unknown that the ego's fielding at us, we'll be too distracted and too busy to act upon the impulses, and the impulse might fly away. And our courage, it's like we kind of have to take advantage of the momentum when we feel that courage inside of us. It's kind of like leaping off of a cliffside into deep water. You have to gear yourself up for that leap sometimes. So it's kind of like ripping off a Band-Aid. And Spirit says that you're holding back because you're not sure of the outcome and how it's going to, what the results are going to be. You don't know if you're strong enough. And I feel like for someone watching too, it's not just you that you're considering other people amidst this move and this shift in your life. You're considering the results affecting many people other than just yourself, which again will temper your ability to stay strong in your resolve and to keep that heart space open. Spirit doesn't want you to hesitate. This is a huge, huge yes for you, pile 3, like an exciting yes, because you're going to be so happy that you took the step that you're guided to take. And this is a situation, a classic experience or example rather, of what you put into something, you're going to reap those results. You're going to reap the rewards. You put in a lot of effort, you have nowhere to go but up. So if this is a business venture you're considering moving into, especially an entrepreneurial realm for the Divine Feminine, Spirit says you'll be really happy that you took all of the steps you were guided to take. And this Nine of Pentacles talks about an enviable position, talks about financial abundance, talks about you being a representative for other people too. It's like people will look up to you, people will follow in your footsteps, and you will lead by example. So it's very important. You don't feel like you have the skill set or you're capable enough, but Spirit's like they need you. They need this idea. Even the people that you're concerned about bringing along with you for the journey, they need to be able to see you shining and pushing through and being creative and being strong, because you're setting a beautiful, beautiful example. A beautiful example. So if you don't think you're capable, Spirit says that that's just you against you. And you are capable, but you have to fight that truth. It's not a real truth. It's just based on your perspective in this moment of feeling that will pass, that is temporary. So it's important for you to tame those passing emotions that are not real. Tame the fears inside of you so that you can allow yourself, give yourself the grace, the permission to ascend. Give yourself the grace and the permission to move forward. For someone watching, this has a lot to do perhaps with a relationship too. You may be considering pushing through with plans or following through with plans. And if it has to do with relationships, the answer remains the same. Expansion is a yes here. If you're worried about what's waiting for you in some sort of leap of faith in the business realm, Spirit says what's waiting for you is abundance, especially if you keep your heart space open and you put the effort into this abundance. This is about you manifesting, using not just your skill set and your ability to dream up dreams and your ability to focus with unwavering faith, but also your ability to apply the practical steps. That is what you're doing here, and you're leading by example. So Spirit says, yes, do not hold yourself back from this, because it's meant for you. This path is going to lead you to not only abundance in the financial realm and in your position, but for many, it's also going to have beautiful effects in your relationships. It's going to improve them. It's going to bring about momentum that brings in new relationships. It's going to strengthen the ones that are already present, because when you are thriving, the world is thriving. It's like when you're happy, when you're confident, everybody benefits. And so when we're putting our own happiness aside for the good of other people, which I feel like you often do, feel like you're a workhorse for other people sometimes. And for someone watching, I feel like you're a mom, you're a workhorse for your children. And rightfully so, you're working hard for them, but they need to see you working hard for you so that they will do that for themselves down the line. And so it's really, really important for you to apply that same resolve, that same purpose to you and your experience, because you matter. You matter so much because you're setting an example for other people. And it's not just going to be these little souls that are going to be benefiting. It's going to be multiple people too. Once you hit that level of abundance, they're going to look at you and you'll be serving as an example of what is possible. Yes or no? So they're asking you to kind of charge in when you have the courage to kind of take the leap of faith in this direction here. And don't just think about what you're going to do it. It's just like what Beyonce said, be about that action with this Two of Wands. Put your plans into practice. Take control of the situation and go out on a limb and take that risk. Be vulnerable. Clear out all the clutter. The emotional clutter that they're talking about is this Four of Cups, is the apathy. But right underneath, you can see the stag. It's a symbol of strength, and there's your strength energy, because Spirit's asking you to find the strength to clear out all of that impossible emotional clutter that's temporary. And that's not true. It's not real. It's just based on emotion that is not going to stay present. And we have here by the book, and we have here a change in the wind. Because I feel like you're stepping outside of a comfort zone. I feel like you're not going to be going by the book. And maybe that's where you're used to sort of existing, is in a realm of expectancy and sitting in comfort zones. And that's okay, because I also feel like you're leading other people. You can see the matriarch here leading the little ones through. And this is you. This is a change in the wind that we may be resisting. And because it may be very different from our past, or the past path that we've taken. But going through this archway, the cause and effect is abundance for you. The results are going to be clarity and confidence and new starts, and pride. To be honest with you, I've just heard pride of ownership, pride of every step you took. Because it's not just going to be abundance that just falls into your lap. It's going to be something you earned. It's going to be something, and that makes it so much sweeter. And that truly does reflect the joy of the journey that gets you there. Because it's not just you feeling satisfied at the end of the day, it's your satisfaction mounting to achieve this outcome. So you may be sort of sitting on the fence about whether you're ready for this change. No one will ever be prepared 100% for change. We have family and new beginnings. Back of the deck is passages, standing stones, the Four of Wands I think about. And look at the empowerment that she has. And underneath is the manifesting dreams. I feel like you could have a family because of the Otter Spirit, the beautiful family card. And you're bringing your family into new beginnings too. This is not just a leap of faith that's going to benefit you. It's going to benefit so many different people. But it's also, you have to be a focus too. You're so important. And the confidence that surges because of the actions you take is going to extrapolate to so many different realms. And so it's really, really important, because you're not just bringing yourself into new beginnings, but you're also bringing others in with you too. And you're manifesting a dream. You're putting something into action. I just feel such a strong entrepreneurial energy from you, and it's going to be abundant. So it's a yes for you, pile 3. 100% yes. Sometimes I get a maybe. I didn't get any maybes today for these readings. I got very, very clear yeses or nos. Pay attention to thoughts and ideas that come to you, because they are answered prayers. This inspiration you've had to enter into an unknown, perhaps to take control of your work realm, this has been divinely guided. You can trust in that intuition to guide you. It's making you feel vulnerable because you're stepping outside of a comfort zone, which means it's working. You're supposed to step outside of a comfort zone or you'll never evolve. We have here life review. It's time to take inventory of your life and to resolve or change anything that feels unbalanced. And they want you to know that the worst is behind you, that you're surmounting any previous challenges. So if you've already began this journey and you're reaching a bit of a wall, it's kind of like, reaching a peak. Spirit says that you're going to power through. You just need a little bit of determination, that if you've reached a point of frustration, it's just a little bit of pushback. It's just a test. Spirit just wants you to apply extra force at that moment. So a yes for you, pile 3. A yes for you. Advice for pile 3 in the bowl, please. Wheel of Fortune, the Justice. And we have the Eight of Swords. Oh my goodness, don't hold yourself back. Don't hold yourself back. The Justice is talking about situations that don't feel fair. The Eight of Swords is in the reversal though, so it talks about freedom and coming up with solutions for our fear and coming up with solutions for obstacles that get in our way towards our abundance. Because even if we're entering into it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's romance, whether it's finances, there's going to be highs and lows. There's going to be peaks and valleys, especially in the business realm. And those times when we hit hurdles, they are examples of moments when the 95% of us are going to fall back into complacency and use that as a moment of I told you so. It's like, it's like I knew I wasn't going to fail. I told you I should never have tried. But 5%, the 5% that are not like that are going to power through those moments of frustration because they're designed for you. They're designed to forge your strength. They're designed to give you experience. They're designed to help you overcome future issues. It's like learning how to tie your shoes so that you can one day fit into the big boots. That's what those moments of frustration are built for. They're designed that way, and they're necessary. So they want you to power through those moments and find solutions, because that's what you're supposed to be doing, learning and evolving and finding solutions. And ultimately, this is a pathway that's leading to so much abundance. The wheel of fortune, turn of events in your favor because you turned the wheel, because you walked through the passages of your transformation. In the bowl today, we have Y and we have T. You could be considering doing YouTube. We have R. We have here the honeycombs. There's 5 of them. I think about sort of financial loss and fear of financial loss. I also feel it's like somebody who's stepping away from the practical and doing something more towards the collective realm. It's like walking away from a very normal sort of position and going towards something that doesn't fit that bill as much. You have the world in motion, though, unfinished business. We have the hammer, putting in work. We have the dragonfly of transformation, being hungry for success, and that's the attitude you have to adopt, the strength attitude that you have to adopt to succeed, and you will. The dragonfly is also encouraging you to change directions. So if you're changing directions in the work realm, for instance, Spirit says don't let temptation of insecurity kind of fuel you. Oh, we have the letter F too. We also have a snake. I think about the devil. I think about temptation. And the temptation in this case, Spirit says, has a lot to do with this wrench, has a lot to do with like the devil, the ego throwing insecurities at us and throwing wrenches in our plans, but also in the form of frustrations that will hit sometimes because it's a learning curve. You're learning new skills. You're learning how to apply new forces. You're learning how to perhaps grow something of your own. It's a learning curve, and we need to be gentle with ourselves during that time. We also have here the heart chakra, solar plexus, perhaps here. I think about hospital nursing scrubs with that as well. All right, pile number 3, that's what I have for you. I hope it resonates, and I am praying for you. If it did, I'd love to hear your story below in the comments section. I would love for you to subscribe to the channel if you're not a part of our soul family already by hitting your notification bell, your like button. Be sure to drop that comment so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me, and I will be drawing that name this week. But you can also check me out on Etsy for a personal reading. But please come back for another visit at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a beautiful day.